Have you ever wondered how someone can hold the world lightly in their hands and yet never feel empty? How can one walk through life untouched by chaos, yet embrace everything with a quiet, unwavering heart? Monks do this every day. They've perfected detachment, not as denial, but as a deeper embrace of life. Imagine standing on a cliff, feeling wind on your face, watching clouds drift lazily across the sky. You don't cling to rocks or clutch at the wind. Yet you are entirely present, entirely alive. This is the paradox monks live. Detachment without loss, freedom without emptiness, simplicity without deprivation. How do they do it? Not by giving up, but by giving way. Letting go with eyes wide open. Detachment is not absence. It's clarity. The difference between drowning in a storm and sailing through it. It's between carrying a burden and knowing you never carried it in the first place. Monks see the world as a river, not a prison. Every object, desire, thought is water passing by. To cling to it is to drown. To let it flow is to be free. Here's the twist. Letting go does not mean losing. It is the only way to truly have. The moment you release attachment, you stop being a vessel filling with noise. You start being a vessel receiving life itself. You feel more, see more, connect more. Your mind is no longer trapped in a cage of possession. Consider the lotus flower. It grows in the mud, yet rises above the water unstained. This is what detachment looks like in motion. You do not reject the mud, you simply rise above it. Monks practice this daily through mindfulness, meditation, and awareness of impermanence. Every morning they remind themselves, everything I see, touch, call mine is fleeting. And in this fleetingness there is power. There is liberation. Most of us fear loss. We cling, hoard, protect, thinking holding tightly keeps us safe. But safety is found in flexibility, in the ability to release and receive, in courage to let life unfold. Imagine carrying a bag filled with water. The tighter you hold, the heavier it becomes. The moment you loosen your grip, the water can flow, refresh, and nourish. Yet the bag remains with you, lighter, easier, free. Monks live with this metaphor. Detachment is not emptiness. It is spaciousness. It is not a retreat from life, but an expansion into it. When you detach, you see clearly, you act clearly. You love clearly. No distortion caused by fear or desire. Every interaction becomes a mirror, every experience a teacher. Detachment transforms suffering into insight. Pain does not disappear, but it changes shape. It is no longer a hammer pounding at your soul, but a sculptor chiseling your inner form. You begin to see that loss is temporary, disappointment transient, storms of life are clouds that drift away. Monks cultivate detachment by observing the impermanent nature of life. They notice the ebb and flow of thought, the rise and fall of emotion, the passing of people and moments. In noticing, they find freedom. The fear of losing disappears because nothing was ever truly held. Most of us live as hoarders of moments, collecting them, clinging to them, fearing we might run out. Monks live as gardeners, planting seeds of intention, nurturing what they can, letting the rest return to the soil. Detachment does not make them indifferent. On the contrary, it makes them intensely alive. They taste each moment fully because they do not fear its passing. They love each person deeply because they do not fear the eventual farewell. They experience joy unshackled because joy is not chained to possession. Ask yourself, when you let go, do you feel emptiness or do you feel clarity? Do you feel loss or do you feel life flowing through your hands? Detachment is the art of being fully present without being consumed. It is the ability to hold love without obsession, to chase dreams without anxiety, to embrace success without pride. Monks train themselves to observe, to witness, and to release. They practice small acts daily, watching thoughts like clouds, eating meals with full attention, walking with the earth's rhythm. Every action becomes an opportunity to detach, every moment a practice in freedom. And freedom, in this sense, is not absence of responsibility. It is absence of bondage. You are responsible, yes, but not imprisoned. You care, yes, but not tormented. You love, yes, but without craving. Imagine standing in a forest. The wind moves through the trees. You are part of it, yet separate. You are rooted, yet flowing. That is the essence of detachment. Most people ask, how can I let go without losing what I love? Monks answer, by holding lightly, by loving deeply, by seeing the impermanent nature of all things. When you hold lightly, the heart is not bound by fear. When you love deeply, attachment transforms into connection. When you see impermanence, every moment becomes precious without being possessive. Monks do not detach from life. They detach from identification. They stop saying, "This is mine, this defines me, this must stay." Instead, they say, "This is life, flowing through me, for me and beyond me." It is a shift from ownership to participation, from control to harmony, from fear to trust. And in this shift, the soul expands, the mind quiets. The heart softens, the world does not shrink. It opens. Imagine holding a handful of sand. Most of us squeeze tightly, desperate to keep it from slipping. Yet the harder we hold, the faster it falls. Monks, in contrast, let the sand rest gently in their hands. Some grains fall. Some remain. But the experience is complete. Nothing is lost, yet nothing is clung to. Detachment, then, is a practice of balance. It is the equilibrium between engagement and freedom, between presence and non-possession, between love and non-attachment. And it is not a sudden revelation, but a daily commitment. Each morning they wake, they remind themselves, nothing is permanent, everything is a gift, and every moment is an opportunity to practice freedom. Even when life is chaotic, when the world demands control, when the heart trembles with longing, detachment allows them to navigate with grace. They move like water, adapting, flowing, accepting yet never drowning. And here is the paradox that strikes at the heart of ordinary life. Detachment multiplies joy rather than diminishes it. The less you cling, the more you feel. The less you hoard, the more abundant life becomes. The more you surrender, the more complete your experience. Most people are trapped in the illusion that having everything means holding everything tightly. Monks know the secret. True possession comes from the ability to release. The more you let go, the more you gain. You gain time, clarity, presence, peace, and an intimacy with life that no accumulation can buy. Detachment transforms relationships. You begin to see people for who they are, not for what they give you or how they validate you. You relate from freedom, not from need. You love without fear, speak without demand, and connect without grasping. Monks understand that even the deepest bonds are like rivers, flowing, shifting, sometimes separating, always returning. And in this understanding, there is serenity. Detachment transforms work too. Every task, every responsibility, every goal is engaged fully but without obsession. Success is pursued without desperation. Failure is faced without despair. The mind remains flexible, responsive, clear. This is not laziness, this is mastery. Mastery over the internal storms that make life chaotic for the untrained mind. Imagine walking through a city street at noon. Noise, crowds, flashing lights. Most people are consumed by it, their minds cluttered, their hearts tense. A monk walks the same street, present, observing, flowing, untouched. He is not above life. He is in it and yet free from its chains. He moves like a river, absorbing the energy around him without being polluted by it. That is the power of detachment. Presence without entanglement, awareness without suffering, engagement without fear. And the most profound lesson: you do not have to live in a monastery to practice this. You do not have to wear robes or chant or renounce the world. Detachment is an art, a philosophy, a mindset. It is learned in the small moments, pausing before reacting, breathing before speaking, noticing before judging. It is felt when you stop identifying with every thought, every loss, every desire. You realize nothing outside of me can harm me. Nothing outside of me defines me. Everything outside of me is an opportunity to practice freedom. And here's the final twist. The secret that monks do not hide, but few understand. Detachment is not an escape from life. It is the most intense engagement with it. The more detached you are, the more fully you inhabit your own existence. You are like a bird in the sky, wings spread, wind under you, free to soar wherever you will. The earth is beneath you. The sun warms you, the air moves you, and yet you are unbound. You do not fear the storm, you welcome the rain. You dance in the sunlight. You are alive in a way that possession, clinging, and fear can never provide. So ask yourself now, how tightly are you holding? How much are you clinging to what will inevitably change? Can you even for a moment release your grip and feel the freedom that has always been waiting for you? Can you allow life to flow through you without suffocating it? Can you taste joy, love, and presence without trying to own them? Monks show us that this is possible. They live it daily. And you can too, one mindful breath at a time, one deliberate release at a time, one conscious observation at a time. Detachment is not an end. It is a journey, a dance, a conversation with life itself. It teaches patience, resilience, clarity, and love. It teaches that loss is illusion, that freedom is practice, and that abundance is natural when fear is gone. If you take one lesson from this, let it be this: hold lightly, love deeply, observe clearly, release fearlessly. The world will not slip away from you. You will not lose your life. You will gain the clarity to see, the courage to act, and the serenity to be. And in that space, that open, vast, luminous space, you will discover the truth monks know so intimately. Detachment is not about taking away. It is about being fully present, fully alive, and fully free. You do not lose anything because you never truly held it in a way that diminishes you. And everything you thought you were losing, you are actually gaining. Peace, wisdom, clarity, and the radiant, unshakable joy that comes from standing in life without chains. Life flows through you, and in that flow you are eternal. You are untouchable by fear, undistracted by desire, unbroken by loss. You are free. And that freedom, that clarity, that lightness of being is waiting for you right now. All it asks is that you breathe, observe, release, and open your heart fully. Let go, not to lose, but to gain everything. Let life pass through your hands, and watch it transform you from within. The river flows, the wind moves, the leaves dance, the clouds drift, and you are there, present, alive, untethered. And as you step into this way of being, remember that every day is an opportunity to practice. Every challenge is a chance to release. Every moment is a gift. And through this practice, slowly but surely, you will embody what monks embody effortlessly: detachment without loss, presence without fear, freedom without abandonment, and love without chains. If this message touched something inside you, take a moment now to reflect and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's start a conversation about the art of letting go while staying fully alive. Like this video if it resonated, and subscribe to Echoes of Greatness to join a community of seekers exploring life, philosophy, and the inner path to freedom. Every week we dive deeper into the wisdom that transforms ordinary existence into something extraordinary. Don't just watch, practice, engage, transform.